And we're up. So let's see. Last time we played D&D, you guys were investigating a well that you got Seven and Dominic went down into the well. They spotted a workbench, a large vault door made of stone was blown out, and before you guys could investigate further, uh, Tormade heard screaming and like a large commotion inside the forest. You guys climbed back up, ran to the scene, all three of you, with Professor Hoffman and Quill falling behind. When you got there, a you met a party of clerics who were determined to kill this dryad from because they swore that she's the cause of this rot coming in the forest. After some debate, you discover that these clerics are not fond of other races, and before you could get a word in edgewise, they begin their attack. You guys fought them back, and two of them escaped, one with a hurt foot that the dryad stuck a thorn through, and one of them escaped into the forest. After meeting the dryad, you found out her name was Alora. She is was a self-proclaimed guardian of this forest to like watch over it, and she wanted to know if her friend, a druid named Alderin, was Alderin was like in trouble or hurt because she said that he sent her to uh, the holy cave entrance because he felt that there was uh, like something evil happening there and she could get there the fastest. She doesn't know what happened to him, but since the rot spread so quickly, she was unable to move. Seven received her uh, dryad seeds so she could be planted somewhere else safer, and you guys said that you were going to plant her around the well because it seemed the safest. So as she's waiting to be planted somewhere else, you guys decided that the well might be the best option to go back, see what was going on inside the well. Also, you had the idea of checking on the druid on his hut because he hasn't been seen or heard of. You also know about this holy cave that supposedly like flows water through the forest, and in my it's just another location brought up. So Professor Hoffman, Quail, uh, begin to discuss because, and you can overhear Professor Hoffman begin to like exclaim that it it's been some time now. We should probably get like back on task of placing the sigils at the source of this rot. Uh, Quail begins speaking that we did agree to take the dryad back to the well, so maybe they can just drop her off and see go from there. As you as those two are talking and they begin trying to include you, it begins to rain, and the forest becomes all mucky and sticky, and this like the putrid smell that you've got grown accustomed to begins to like produce a foul, moldy smell as it looks like the trees are dripping from like black goo from each other. Uh, and yeah, we'll pick up from right there. It's now raining a bit.
I kind of I just raise my shield arm over my head to protect myself from the rain.
Yeah, seven just pulls a cowl like a little bit further over our eyes. Um, it's that picture you showed us. It's fairly dark with like beams of light. Is that how it is? Is it even darker now because the clouds come over?
Yeah, it's the forest has seemed to have gotten darker as the rain starts pouring down.
And one more thing, the dryad, because I've got the seed, is she like no longer like a thing in front of us now?
No, she's still standing there. She won't she won't disappear or like die until her new season planted.
Yeah, so she won't follow, right?
No, she won't. She can't follow.
Okay.
Um, oh, I wrap whatever. I don't know exactly how this thing works, but if I need to wrap my gun to prevent um, moisture, is it a magic gun? I don't know. It's a boomstick.
Well, let's.
I have oil. I have oilcloth and whatever I need to do. I'm sure. So just so I don't get hit by that one.
Let's just say it's more like you made it, so whatever you feel like it needs to be done, you do it.
Okay, I do that.
Okay. I don't want to ruin your weapon just because I want to fuck with you.
I forget.
Let us head back to the well then, and then we'll drop the dryad off, and then we'll investigate the hut.
I believe when you get down there, you will feel differently about leaving to see the hut.
Huh.
But we will see. We will see. Come, and she sort of pulls a cloak around her a little bit. Smells.
As you begin to walk, you notice your feet are sludging through the now moist ground. Feels like every step you take is just your foot's being pulled into the gunk and mud. You're trudging through the forest as you start reaching a clearing, and you see four humanoids around like this well in a clearing. They're pretty big. They have grayish skin, and they easily hit like 7 feet.
Well, that certainly changes things.
So you said these are four humanoid figures. Is that correct? Gray skin.
Yep.
Is there some sort of history or insight I can? Let's see. What would be best?
The phrase humanoid figures is never good.
Yeah. Can I figure out what they are? And can I ID them?
Yeah, you can. They're obscure only because of the slime coming down from the trees and the rain going through the forest as it begins to mist up. But you could get closer to find out, or just roll me perception from where you are.
Okay. So I'm sorry. I need to grab my dice. Sorry, I wasn't quite prepared.
I'll roll perception as well.
All right.
15, 20.
I'll wait till it knocks back.
So while he's gone, Paul, can you clarify like dripping from the trees? It's like this black ick is just like falling from
It's
the
like,
canopy.
do you know how when earlier you touched the trees and it was slimy and you could break
Yeah.
through the hardwood? Imagine that slime now being like falling off the branches in like large goo like figures as they fall. It doesn't clear away the trees. It
No, no.
just produces slime and it starts dripping down.
Is it like falling on us and it's like dirty?
Yeah,
Nice.
it drips
Like a
onto your
thick
shoulder.
grease.
Yeah, it's a thick grease, black sludge.
Ugh.
It doesn't get in Seven's hair, does it?
Oh no, because you pulled up your hood. He pulled up his shield. He's covering himself with a cloth. Things are fine for you guys. You're covered, but you're just like you can like every time one of these things drips on you, you could feel it sliding down either your back or something. That's this big just glop.
Are you sure you don't want me to burn the forest down?
Let's stick to
Big
plan
fat
A, B, and
four.
C first.
What you get?
Big fat 4.
Big fat four. So Torma Day. Well, first Dominic, you gleam into the forest and you spot what seems to be like you get the humanoid picture where you can't quite make out what they are, but you can, as far as you can tell, you can see that they're not human. Torma Day. When you peer into the forest, you notice like the tusks coming from their mouths, their short, slender ears, and their like bald head, but they have like these makeshift armor and weapons. You could totally spot an orc from like 30 feet away, and they're all just like they seem to be talking about something all around, like surrounding this well.
I guess they're talking in Orcish.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't know what they're saying. So I kind of just I don't look to my friends, but I just mutter, "So, how much do you two hate orcs?"
Try not to be prejudiced, but for the most part, I do not like them.
Paul, any orc orc raids in the Underdark I should know about?
So like there is a tribe of orcs, but they are different kind of orcs. These orcs are big, strong orcs. The orcs you face are like slender, never out in the open. Their skin match is like the color of a drow, but they match and they're more stealthy. But when they hit you like a truck.
They're like vermin.
Yeah. They're big, like they're like 5 feet, but they are more tacticians in like guerrilla warfare. They lead you into a trap. They jump from like high cliff tops of the Underdark. They hide behind things and like circle and flank you.
Would they be like intelligent to a degree? Like, I don't mean like Einstein. I just mean, do they like have like
Well,
armor and a language?
So the orcs you faced are more like they are masters of like strategy. Like if one orc will never fight you by itself, you know that. They're smart enough to not fight you alone. They need more people around them. They're more thinking on their feet than we're gonna fight you with brute strength.
I think Seven would just say, "It's not an orc that I've seen like that before. So open. That's not an orc." Obviously wrong, but that's what she believes.
Is there could I make a medicine check to get maybe a better idea of what they are?
Yeah.
Since I can see them pretty well.
Nature and medicine both work.
My medicine, I rolled a 23.
So these are your common orcs here. These orcs have tribes. These orcs, like, they would fight you to prove their strength. But these are your regular of the mill orcs. And they seem to be like, if someone showed you a picture of an orc, these would look like an orc. They don't seem to be infected like the zombies you faced. They don't seem to be like tainted in any way. These are just orcs. Healthy, full-grown orcs.
Well, they don't seem to be infected by any means.
There's 3 men and 1 woman.
Maybe we should introduce ourselves.
Should we introduce and then have like maybe me cover a range from the back just in case? I mean, I'm not, you know.
I'm not a military girl, but they don't know we're here. One, maybe Tormund, go by yourself.
I say power in numbers. We go in as a group. They see how many of us there are, and maybe they are willing to talk to us. And I doubt they'll fight us if we have more than them.
And Seven like abandons her thought because she doesn't know, and she trusts Tormund's sort of. I keep on saying military, but you know what I mean, like that sort of fighting instinct. So she agrees. Just sort of nods.
So you guys all just walk up?
I'm going to have my weapon out, and I'm going to cast light on it so that they know we're approaching, and then I'm going to walk up towards them.
All right. As you get closer, you spot something glowing in their hands, and they all seem to be speaking. Like, one of them has picked up Dominic's rope that he left hanging, like, look at the pulley system. The other one's like looking down the hole and like talking about stuff. And they all turned towards your direction, like they all grab their weapons. And one of them shouts, "Who are you?" And the girl puts like her hand on her chest, like, "Calm down." And they all just look at you as you approach closer.
My name is Tormund Silverflame, and these are my companions. And you are?
It's then when you realize that both Professor Hoffman and Quail are like still in the forest line looking over, not wanting to get closer. The woman steps up. "I'm Thora. Pleased to meet you. We came looking and following this rock." And she like shows you this glowing rock, that seems to be pulsing with green energy.
I haven't seen anything like that before. So
me and my orc companions, we come from the town, the Rott, that's to the east of this forest. And we noticed this black plague has been eating at our crops. And then she gets really quiet and looks at Seven. "Why is there a drow with you?"
Seven pipes up and says, "Since when did orcs farm?"
They look at each other. "Drow, are you a slaver? Answer truthfully, we may let you live."
You see like her eyes roll under her cowl, and a small smile like comes across her face, and she mutters under her breath, "Let me live." She sort of laughs a little.
What was your
I am no.
answer?
Yeah. She just says,
Damn it.
"I am no slaver."
They all put their weapons down and like, well, we mean no harm. We're only investigating what's going on with our fuck. No, agriculture is the whole system. Our farmlands, and it seems to be coming from this forest. And a male orc pipes up, "Don't trust the drow." And you see her just like settle down.
She's already proven herself to be a friend of nature. She seems to be one with it almost.
She begins to walk closer. It's not that right now we have a large drow problem. They are attacking our town and kidnapping orcs. And we don't know where they're taking them. But that's neither here or there. We're trying to fix one of the many problems we face right now.
She says, well, she looks horrified to begin with. She says, well, I assure you, they're not taking them to my city, not to my culture, not to my people.
For your sake and mine, I hope so. And she extends her arm towards you. Purposely towards you. As she was walking, she just got closer and closer, then extended her arm forcefully at you.
What, like a handshake manner?
Yes.
I imagine that she doesn't know what a handshake is, and she will just she will like put her hand like forcefully onto her like other shoulder that she's not extending her hand from, like grab it, and then like grab the back of her head and like bow her head slightly.
Are you?
It's like I imagine.
Are you bowing your head or making her bow you?
No. I bow my head.
Okay. And
I don't like, apart from the initial force. There's no like restraint or anything.
So, really quickly, just roll me a small strength check.
Strength check? That's awful. Not do that.
You don't have to.
Oh well. 18. Flat.
23.
Oh, Jesus.
So, she begins to just press really hard with her hand as she begins, she gives us hearty smile. Don't bow to me, young lady. We're all friends here now. It's a very forceful squeeze, though. Because you rolled high, it's not as forceful as it could be. But, yeah.
She says, I meant you no disrespect. As she pulls away, she says, I meant you no disrespect. It's merely a greeting.
Now then, she turns to Tormade. We were trying to figure out what this well is doing. We found these ropes, and this ore from our cave seems to indicate that it's like leading us here, and we don't know why.
Well, the ropes we can easily explain as being ours. We've explored. My companions have explored some of the well already.
And what's down there?
Hell if I know. I'm going to sheath my blade and just start walking away to let them explain. I'm going to start looking around, making sure there isn't any more of those zombified animals walking around.
You see that as you're walking around, you notice on the other side, where the other orcs are, there's 3 undead dead bears that their heads have been cut off and their legs, and they all have like blunt hits to their body, and you can just piece two and two together. That's probably the orcs defending themselves.
I'm gonna ask them if they have any wounds.
They all look at each other like, no, we're good. So you get a better look at them though. They have what seems like bone and hide armor, and each one looks a bit different, but they all carry a sigil. You can maybe tell that they each represents their own ranking within the group, with the female orc having the highest rank.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep an eye out.
Thora turns over to Dominic and Seven. So, what's down there?
Well, it was like a cave, and there was a doorway, and there was this like greenish rune embedded in the rock formation. Any other details I'm missing here?
You missed the dead man.
Yeah, the dead man. That would be important. Sorry about that. Thanks. Two brains are better than one.
Well, we can't get down there. The well's a little too small for us. But this, and she holds out the rock. Our cave side and our town's buildings have begun to glow when the rock started getting closer to the town. It seems to have stopped the process from getting into town, so we have a few food and water that we can keep a few days more. But we feel like this rock is showing us where this unpure evil is coming from. That's why I gathered my best men and we came down here to investigate. Then we all just see these unholy demons. There's these creatures that we once hunted just come back to life and start trying to slaughter us. We could put them down easily. Just bash their skull in or crack their legs and they can't get closer. But it's not natural for something we killed for nature to come back and haunt us. If there's anything we can give information wise, you can give us, be greatly appreciated.
I am sorry, but we don't know enough. We're not sure of anything. Not yet. And she will. Is that glowing green rock still out?
Yeah, she was showing it in front of you to show it to you, and it looks like a piece of melted ore from iron ore, but with a mixture of emerald in there. From your drow, being a drow and being in cave systems, you recognize the emerald gems coming from inside this unsmelted ore.
And do they usually glow like that?
Well, for you, they don't usually glow. That you more chisel them out and you sell them as gems. But when she's showing it to you, these gems are obviously lighting up. And as she's showing it to you, she like moves it back to the well back in front of you, and every time she like moves it too closer to the well, it glows greener.
Okay. So with Seven's memory, is this like when she saw that rune? Any sort of connection I can make there? Thinking, is it like a piece of it, or
What was that?
is it like I'm trying because obviously the rune in the well.
Roll me like either a history check or an intelligence check.
They are both the same. Intelligence 18.
18. So you're trying to remember back to the sigil, and you think it was carved out with, while also being carved out with arcane runes, it might have also been studded with like emeralds.
And so Seven will say, she'll hold out her hand. She'll say, "Can I see it?"
Oh, sure. She just hands it to you. It's the size of a baseball.
And she holds it and looks it over. And she says, "Wait, can I actually do that?" No, she cannot. I will say, "We intend to go into the well." And she looks at her companions and says, "I would like to take this. I think I can use it. I think it will help."
Well, Drow, we can't fit in the well because, and she like points to her large body. If this helps you on your quest, then by all means you may have it. If you need any help, we can be on guard up here. If you don't need us, we would go back to our town and like wait till you guys figure this out. Our only clue was this, or we don't have much else to go on.
Can I hear them from where I am?
If you're like walking around looking them over, you can. If you're just more like staying far away, like looking at the surveying area, you won't. Because this is a conversation between them.
Okay.
So whichever one you choose.
I'm looking out for danger.
Okay. Hey, roll me perception.
Here's a good time to roll low. 14.
You see an undead corpse tied to a tree on the west side. Its head bleeding out, but it seems to be dead. That's it.
Okay. It's humanoid.
It's humanoid. It's like
what's it hanging from?
it seems to like latch its torso inside of like a large branch sticking out, and it couldn't back out until like the branch started liquefying and started bending downwards.
Can I tell what's on it? What's it wearing?
So you can see its bone structure and like its rotten flesh coming off. The clothes it had on it seems to have been ripped apart. There's a large stab wound in the center of its head. And it has like, but you notice its shoes. Its shoes are very well made, but they're all covered in muck and gunk. The only reason you spot it is of the shiny metal buckle. Maybe the rain cleared it off, but it's just shines in the light in your eye as you get closer. And you notice the shoes are really well made.
Hmm.
Like you've never seen these shoes made like this. Like, well, not like sold anywhere in Wolcrum. These are like specially made shoes.
Huh. Uh, I'm gonna actually call Dominic over.
I, of course, come over.
Do you know where these kind of footwear might come from? I believe you're part of the mercantile community.
So can I eyeball this and try and figure it out? Is this some sort of guild information? Let's see. What would I do to try and ID this? Paul?
I was muted, damn it. Okay. What I said was you would immediately, like, as you got closer, you would realize it's something like a special made to order, like, style of shoe that would come from Flux and Flicker.
Okay.
Like, from the town you're from. Someone made these shoes, but looking at the corpse, it's been too decayed that you can't really tell from who. But being a guildman, you realize that these shoes are made for like someone that walks a lot, needs to, like, he spends most of his day on his feet and he walks a lot. But they're not for like going out of like a certain range. He's like a store peddler or a merchant.
Not poor, but not wealthy either, though, right?
Yeah, he's more common area. You would gather maybe like at best these are like maybe a store owner's shoes or someone that will walk around and be on his feet a lot, but not to like we're gonna go on an adventure or I'm gonna walk the streets with my shoes.
Okay. Explain what I've seen to the other folks, of course. How far gone is this person? Can I tell species or?
At best, you can get humanoid, but he's too far gone.
Okay.
You can get human, not like he doesn't have the slender face of an elf or like the rough outline of a dwarf. Like maybe he's not short. He's tall. He's the size of Tormade and Seven, but he's not as short as you guys. So you would guess like human elf, maybe half elf, but he's not slender like an elf.
Okay.
Is he still carrying any possessions on him? Like a backpack or pouch?
Whatever he had on his belt seems to have been nicked off.
Okay. Are the shoes still in good condition?
Yes. Which, now that you think about it, that would be really odd for something this far gone. Like, this far gone, his clothes are ripped to shreds, but his shoes are still intact and nice.
I'm gonna just do a quick holy prayer, pray to the silver flame, and I'm just gonna probably more like peel the boots off of his feet.
You hear like the clutch, the glonk as you pull it off. You see like the gunk of rotten flesh and like decayed skin inside the feet. As most of his bony foot is still there, but the whatever skin he had just comes right off with the shoes.
Dumping the remains out of the boots, hopefully.
They
Take
just
the
slide
next
out.
one off.
The same happens. It's gross. You just hear the familiar.
That's nasty. I'm just shaking my head as I take them off. I say there's no way I'm going to be able to get these things clean.
So 7, as they are dealing with that, what would you be doing?
So I popped off for a minute. So they both went. Well, sorry, Dominic was called over by Tromonde to investigate the corpse hanging from the tree.
Yeah.
Am I still like? Are they talking or?
They would
not Tromonde, the orcs.
The orcs are still just standing around, but Thora is more waiting on an answer of what should they do. They gave you the ore. They're like, should they stick around? Do you need help? If not, do you want them to go?
Yeah, I think Devon would say they're like armed, right? And they're armored.
Yeah.
She would say, I know you can clearly handle yourselves, and we would not want to be cut off from our exit. So if you would find it in yourselves to protect us, protect the entrance to the well, that's what I would ask of you.
We could do at least that. We don't mind the work. We can wait out here. Do you want us to help you lead you down by rope, or?
She would look at her hands and look at herself, and then she would sort of turn and walk up to the well, and she would put her hands on the well, and she would bend over the well with her hands in it, and she would be patting her hands on the well. Damn it! And she realised she can't descend the well like she had done before. She'd say that would be yes.
Then we can do that. We can watch over the well for you until you climb back up.
And she would nod, and then I imagine she would sort of look over this guy's shoulder and see Tromonde and Dominic.
You would see them looking over shoes over this dead guy.
Yeah, I would notice the dead guy and sort of look down at my side where his dead guy's satchel was.
Yep.
And I don't think she would call over, but she would just sort of make herself visibly seen by them, to be looking at them.
I'm still kind of caught up in how gross this is. I can't believe I'm really doing this. I'm asking Dominic, I'm like, do you have an identifier or a way to at least clean these off?
I must have something here. He gets very excited by being able to dig about in his bag of holding with way too much junk that he's got. So he's got rags and some, rubbing type alcohol, cleaning type alcohol, water. Oh yes. What would you like?
I got everything.
Yeah, he's very excited.
I got Mr. Clean, Lemon Splash, Windex, all this shit, man. I'm ready.
Totally.
I'm So I'm gonna look at the boots and I say, I'm gonna just do you a favor, and then you can take a hold of these things. And I'm gonna stick my hand up the boot. I'm gonna just start scraping the insides and pulling out as much gunk as I can, slopping it onto the ground.
It's
And
cold and wet in there.
And then once I get another scoop of that gunk out, I just hand it the boots. I'm like, have at it. I think I'm gonna throw up. And I just walk over to beside the tree. Shake as much of it as I can off.
So where is the professor at this point?
They're watching you from the tree line with Quill.
I call the professor over. I'm hoping that his curiosity will get the better of him.
He walks over. He as he walks, so he like looks over at the orcs and was like, "Hey, is it safe?"
I think so. I get a good vibe. So check out this. We're trying to figure out what's going on here. We're looking into this a little bit more. You have any insight on this?
Oh, they look like they look like merchant shoes. I'm not really got much else. They definitely come from our town because he like lifts up his foot. Was like, see, and he shows like kind of the same design of a shoe.
Who did you get these from?
One of the tailors. They could. One of the Taylor brothers. They could have probably done something with like this. Well, I got mine from Evan. Evan is like one of their apprentices. Like he's working on these like fancy new like magic imbued clothing. I didn't quite get it, but he made some wonderful shoes.
At this point, I'm just gonna throw up loudly.
Are you okay, boy?
You put your hands in there.
I would rather not.
Once I'm done throwing up, I'm gonna head over to the well now.
Did we already get cause of death on this? Is it just the rot? That's kind of where I was hoping to go with this. Out of character, that's what I'm telling you. That's kind of where I was hoping to go.
What?
That's what I was trying to get the professor interested in.
Nah, he more notices the shoes than anything. Not the decay is something you've already seen of this forest bringing back the dead.
Okay. I'm not feeling like I'm getting anything more out of this. Am I missing anything, guys? This is out of character. Something obvious that I'm stupidly missing.
I was just hoping that they might be magical.
Okay.
They might be. He said he was into making magical imbued clothing, so maybe the shoes or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine probably the shoes are just really well made, if not magical. That's why I didn't rot as quickly as everything else.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping you had some sort of prestidigitation or identify.
No.
So I guess I'm going to approach 7 now at the well. After
And,
recovering.
She will. she will, because I know that you spent like some time over there, whereas I didn't, and she will take the satchel off her shoulder and throw it to you, and say, "He was holding this."
It kind of just hits me in the head, and I pick it up from the ground. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, she's like, she throws it, and then like as it hits your head, she like winces, like, "Oh shit." Imagine, like, this is just an open area with no canopy, so there's no sludge, but it's just like mud. It just like splashes in the mud in front of you.
I pick it up and I start looking into the satchel.
So inside the satchel, it's like mercantile papers where it's like, hey, I have this mobile store that travels the roads. Like, this is my permit, and this is the town I hail from. So it's transforming.
Oh, sorry,
Autobots roll out.
Sorry.
No problem, buddy. It's like it's a parchment of like a permit. Like, this is my mobile store. I roam the roads. I hail from the town of Flux and Flicker. I'm Eric Doe. Like, this is my permit. This is my route that I am bound to by the Merchants Guild. He's the traveling pumpkin is what his shop is. He deals in like magic items to like ordinary items, and food vendor. There's like a small pouch of 27 silver, a unique quill it's a magic quill that never needs ink. It produces its own ink. And what seems like an old-fashioned calculator that keeps track of like total money and income that he has. It's an enchanted like tablet. That's all you find in the satchel. His identity and his like parchment of papers.
Well, that's a shame.
I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hand the stuff to Dominic because it seems like something he'd be able to use more than any of us.
So, can I get what that is? That's, I mean, pretty much the only refilling inkwell, right?
Yep.
Abacus, which doesn't seem special.
Hell, it's not an abacus. It's a slab that calculate like it would basically be your tablet. Like, it's a slab that calculates like, this is your current income. This is your current inventory.
Is it magical?
Yeah, it's magical. It keeps track of your stuff.
Okay, so
like, as long as the user puts in the information, it would have it there.
Okay.
Like on a screen.
Okay, so
you got a fucking iPad, man.
Does it require any proprietary quills? Then it would be an iPad. Okay, sorry. I own Mac products. Don't get me wrong. So refilling inkwell, 8-inch, 8-inch slab, counting slab, and then what was else? Some of his paperwork, like personal paperwork, and what else?
Yeah,
do we have?
Personal paperwork. If you're truly are in like intensive searching what's inside his satchel, roll me a perception or like an investigate. Like, if you're like literally rummaging through his stuff, like, all right, what else is in here?
Yeah, and my character is definitely into stuff, toys. 18 plus. I mean, do we need to look up what my bonus is here?
Yes.
Investigate. 21.
You're like
Jeez.
looking through the bag and you find a small latch. You plop it open, and it's like a tiny little. It's a tiny little pocket where like a bag of holding would go, and you feel something sharp in there. You pull it out, and it's just like a long silver dagger, but it extends farther than what the pouch actually had.
So this pouch is somehow magical, right? It's like a pouch of holding or something, right? It's not like a full-size one, but it's a smaller one.
You can gather that at best it can only hold like one item in there, but it's more hidden. It's like a little pocket dimension that you have inside your pocket.
Concealed. But the physically the dagger
wouldn't fit in the
fits
pouch.
Right, so there's something slightly magical about it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just okay. So refilling inkwell, slab, personal paperwork, silver dagger, and a pouch of holding. I'm just gonna put that right now so we can move on with the storyline. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything else. Okay. Cool.
Single holding.
I love the idea of a pouch of holding.
Pouch.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we need an assassin now to give this to.
Yeah, where's the
Pouch of
room?
I can see the drow with this though, but right now I'm just stashing it all, and then we can deal with this later. Keep the story moving here.
Yeah, Paul, how long have it's actually been since we've been stood here in the middle of this downpour?
I would say like
In game.
game, at best like 20, 30 minutes. You
That
guys
is a
just
long time.
You guys well, more like you. There was two separate conversations going on. You were taking out shoes. You threw up. Then you guys got together. You talked more to the orcs. Finished talking to the orcs. Came together. Then you were rummaging. They finished the You threw a pouch. They started looking through the pouch.
Oh, yeah,
Then
well,
they re-looked through the pouch.
yeah, I don't
So,
disagree with like the time. I just think if we were stood there for half an hour, there would definitely be itchy feet. Like we've got things to do. Coming from
Yeah.
7.
We also still have to summon the dryad.
Which is when we go down the well, right?
Okay. Ugh,
That's like one of the things.
Like as all this was going on, and once you told the orcs that like, hey, just help us go down, they started grabbing rope, securing ropes together, making like double threads of long 50-yard rope. They have all this set. They've just set up and basically are waiting on you.
I imagine like during this time where 7 really wasn't doing a lot, that she would already be getting like tie the rope around her waist. Like securely if she could.
Yep. They would help you. It's taken enough time where they would have even told you how to secure it, so you don't even have to make a check for yourself.
Good. Yeah, I imagine that she's just like as they approach or whatever. Like, at this time, she has a rope tied around her waist with 1 or 2 orcs like holding it like firm, ready.
All right. I start realizing that everyone's just kind of waiting on me. Okay. I tie a rope around myself.
The orcs. I thought I was muted. The orcs begin to assist you and go like, all right, we're gonna lower you guys down. Dominic, are you going with them?
Yeah, for sure.
Both Quail and Hoffman want to know if you also want them to go with you.
Yes.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
This is a group decision.
That's 3 yeses.
All right.
Okay.
They also get tied ropes.
Down we go.
Down you go. So you all get to the one by one. You each get led to the well. Each orc grabs like your rope, and one by one, you guys are let down into the well. It's much faster because they work together to get you down faster, but they have you sturdily secured. You don't feel like they'll drop you. You reach the bottom, and the well is just. It smells nice in here. Like there's, from all that putrid smell up there, this well kind of smells nice. It smells cleaner. There's the slab on the ground. Under it, there's a man. Well, there's a pair of 2 feet sticking out. He's been crushed by the. He's been crushed by the ruined slab. There's a lot let's say to the right of you. There's a large vault stone door that's been blown inwards into this large hallway. And to the right of you, there is a small passageway that leads into like a small room, and then it leads to like a wooden like stair bridge over like this side of a cliff. But you can see as it's moving away. And there's a bunch of plants near the edge of that entrance. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. One more thing. There's a small workshop next to the blown-in door with 2 large barrels of unused TNT, of like gunpowder TNT.
Unused?
Unused, yes. Like, they used what they thought would blow up the door, but there's 2 more here.
Oh, that's one for Dominic, surely.
I'm
Okay.
gonna check the slab because it's my first time interacting with it.
So you feel like there's a protection spell, but you're not sure what kind, and the ruin is like made in a druidic seal of some kind of like warning, and it glows with energy. Under it, you can see clean water. Like it's giving off clean water around it.
How heavy would this slab be?
It would take at least 2 people in like a good check. Not like high check, but a good check.
Paul just quit. Is
Okay,
the dead guy? I remember him being like under the slab, like Wizard of
Yep.
Oz.
Yes,
Yeah.
he would still be there.
Okay.
Just like the Wizard of Oz switch, sticking his legs out. His whole body's concealed but his legs.
I would be over there with Chomande. I would let him do his thing, but I would be there.
I would say we try to move this and see who's underneath.
While you guys do that, Dominic, what do you want to do? Both of you give me a strength roll or athletics.
Can I use my crowbar?
You can. I'll give you a +2 to whatever check you need to do.
I'm just gonna watch what they're doing and keep my wits about me. I'm not gonna move on to a new project while we're kind of doing something a little bit shifty here.
That give me advantage, but
Oh, give you advantage. Sorry,
I think
I forget that 5e has advantages, and I always go with the hey, you get +2.
I'm just gonna say, like, with me, do I need to roll because I'm helping him? Because that would be advantage as well.
Yes,
So I
but
roll as well.
yes, you would roll as well,
I would,
but you're more, and so you're not doing the helping. It needs 2 people to lift this open.
Yeah, so I would like drop one side. This is gonna be good.
I only got a 13.
Shit. Yeah, I've got a 4.
You guys are struggling with this. Like you can lift it up a bit, but it's not enough.
Can I come over and peek, see if I can see anything?
You
Have they
can-
lifted it enough to help so that I can eyeball?
Yeah, if you want,
I'm super short.
that works.
Get my head right down there. Yeah.
So you're like, hold on, and you like run over, like it's like two mates holding up a couch, and you like peek under, like, what's under here? And you see this crushed human body. It's literally a human. You don't know what, but he's crushed. He has black cloaks on, but you do notice something different. There's not dry blood under there. There's a bunch of green sludge on, like, underneath the slab. And you swear there's not a drop of like regular blood under him. And then they drop it and water splashes into your eye.
Did you see anything?
Yeah, I saw a squished person, but they're not bloody squished. There's like green shit. And I don't know, we saw some corpses that were filled with biomatter. I think that there's a good bet it could be that.
Do we want to try again?
Just quick, like as we like drop this thing and
Can we use any of the equipment that I have that, you know?
Yeah, man. What would you like to use?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to just like the block and tackle thing, but then I also have, let's see. Oh, you know what else I do have that could work maybe theoretically? Here's an idea. I do have like a buttload of these fucking little ball bearings. Buttload of ball bearings. That's a movie somewhere, I'm sure. But I mean, maybe we could get these on. Oh no, that would just crush the body even more. I was thinking like maybe like roll them somehow. I also do have a crowbar as well. Let's see, block and tackle. I don't really know what else I have in there that could be helpful. A lot of rope.
Well, I do have a spell that I can use, but I'll exhaust. I won't be able to do any higher level healing if I use it.
I mean, in game, we've just lifted
I'm
up.
saying that.
Oh no, I mean like we've lifted up. Sorry, I mean out of game. We've lifted this thing up. We've just been told that there's a squished, like green, flowery body underneath it. We've seen that before. Is that something we really want to?
Well, I don't in game.
A lot of time in?
In game, I don't know if that really means anything because that could be just natural growth. Like it's in the water.
That's what I mean. Is like, is this a thing that we need to spend like a lot of time with, or?
I would say it's a worthy cause. Even if it is, then we might have potentially found the source. If it's not,
that's interesting. Okay. I mean, I've got nothing. I've just got like a +0 to my strength. That's all I can do.
All right. I'm going to try casting guidance on myself first before I use my next option. And I'm going to say we can just try again.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, sweet. I rolled a nat. Oh, wait, I got advantage. Never mind. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. I got 20.
All right.
My crowbar.
Ben.
Oh.
Takes 2.
Anybody?
I mean, Dominic's got a crowbar as well. Shouldn't he be like the guy?
He can also help. That could be 3 of you. Not denying that it just needs to be 2.
Oh, okay. That's a 9. But imagine that I'm just holding the side, like just sort of like guiding it.
All right, Dominic, do you want to help?
Yeah.
All right, go for it, buddy. Give that advantage with a crowbar.
So do I have advantage?
Yes, advantage would be you roll 2 d20s and you take the higher number.
11.
Plus strength or athletics.
Athletics 1, strength 1, same difference. 12.
12.
It's pretty good, Paul.
You altogether, you are able, well, with Dominic doing the most of the lifting, and you guys working together on the other side, you're able to lift this slab up and move it away from the body and just toss it in, just like it splashes in the water a bit. You're all catching your breath, but you were able to lift it off this body. What you see is a very squished man. Like, he has been flattened, but he has burn marks. Like, he got it. He was also hit with this explosion. He's wearing a very black cloak. And he has, like, his insides, they're all producing green. I'm just going to call it green blood. It's just much easier. Green blood. And he has an emblem on his cloak. An emblem with, it's like it's like a hand with a monstrous mouth in the middle of it.
That sounds like a religion check if I ever heard of one.
Could be.
Who's our religion dude?
Not me, actually. I can give it a shot.
I'm pretty familiar with Arcana and history, but if this is a little bit more esoteric, that might be hidden for me.
It looks like this. Hold on. I'm gonna post it on the Facebook. Come on. Fuck you. Yes. It looks like this.
Oh. Okay, so
So he's from a place called Cole.
yeah, so what kind of check do we need to figure this one out?
A history check, a religion check.
Oh, I can do history.
I can do history too.
Insight.
Let's
intelligence.
Oh, insight.
we got two history guys here, right? Should we?
I'll help you get advantage, and then you make 2 checks.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 17 on my help effort.
Right.
Okay, so my history is +5, plus a advantage, right? Does that mean I roll twice, or you add to it?
Yeah. You rolled with advantage.
You rolled twice, yes.
Okay, so I got a 19 +5, 24, and then I got a 10. The first one was good, but I appreciated you being there with me.
Yeah.
It made me more secure for my first roll.
So, you're both thinking this over. Tormade, you figure, like, it has to be some kind of religion, right? Yeah, that's what you're trying to click in your head. You're like, I feel like it's like a semblance of a god, but you're not quite getting it. And Dominic, you recognize this as like a cultist, like symbol of a like dead god, or like, well, not like a literal god of the dead. It's more like this god has died, and like most of this, whatever this is, has been like taken away from history books. You recognize the symbol as like there's a cult following with it, and they like dealing with necromancy and like destroying shit, but there's like so little of them. And like you figure for some reason Loth pops into your brain, but this doesn't relate to Loth. It's just so old. But for some reason something's connected with her in this. You're not quite sure. And Ben, what did you get?
Sadly, I only got a 12 insight.
Insight. You look at it and you're like, I remember reading something about Loth about this, but I'm not sure what. Has to deal with Loth though, as it's like.
Make an insight check too.
Was it an insight? Yes, insight. That's like something you remember of like Loth's culture when you were trying to like avoid like this town that just worships her. So you read about her and stuff, and something about the symbol clicks, but you're not sure what.
Yeah, essentially, I know the symbol, the sigil. I know that, but I can't recall too much else. Right?
Yes.
Apart from Loth. Just while this is going on, can I walk over to the slab, the protection room?
You can.
Can I see if it has any like chips or dents or anything that would fit the that rock that I got from the New Yorks?
So it doesn't have any chips, but it definitely has imbued emeralds in the sigil. Like it was stabbed in with a knife, and each emerald was placed in there.
And they're all intact.
Yes, they're all intact. That's why the sigil keeps glowing. And when you produce the orb, like the ore, they're both glowing in sync. Like you can feel the heat coming off of it.
Okay.
Like you can get that they're both made of the same thing.
Starting to think this druid guy has got more to do with it than I thought.
Now that we know what kind of... Okay, go ahead, Dominic.
I want a cigarette and a cup of coffee. Is that okay? Give me like 2 minutes.
Yeah, man. Once you guys were done, I was going to call a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Like it's a good time.
So I can wait for that.
Yeah.
I can wait for that. Yeah. No, I can wait for that.
All right. So, like, is there anything else you guys want to do? Or do you want to take...
Dryad. Cough.
I always think like plant it where the plants were growing. Like at first I thought planting it next to the protection room, but then I thought next to the like greenery down the corridor. And maybe I would even like pull the seed out and say, is this the place? What do you think? Like, I do not know. And then she would point down to the down the corridor where they can see like this like not trees, it's just like shrubs, right?
Yeah, like mushrooms and like some green grasses. In both directions, no matter where you're pointing, it doesn't do anything. But when you're pointing at the slab, it just gets warmer.
Oh no, it's like I've got the seed out, the dryad seed, and I'm sort of asking like,
you feel like she only asks wherever it's safe, and she just wants to be planted.
Yeah, I'm asking like the party.
Okay.
I say if you think that's the best place, I mean, I think closer to the slab would be better. And plus it's closer to a natural form of light, and I kind of just point to the hole in the well.
And as I look up, I sort of wince and like pull the cow down. Of course. And she starts like, is it this pool of water? Is it like, it's obviously not got a tide, it's not that big. Is it deep?
It's like a puddle.
of a puddle. So like at the side of this puddle, like not in it, but like to the side where the water can still like get to it.
Okay.
I dig with my hands. I dig like a small hole.
All right.
Put the seed in. Plant it.
Immediately, like a little like leaf pops up, and it's a little. It looks like it's gonna take a while, but it's beginning to grow. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I just want to make sure that it's next to the protection ring.
Yep, it is.
Cool.
If not, we can take a 5-minute break.
Okay. Cool.
No, go ahead. We can do anything we can do after.
Yeah. Man, I can't. I don't know why I'm so winded. I know I usually walk around and play D&D, but just feel like more winded than usual. I'll eat more nuggets. That'll help.
Be right back.
All right.
You still there, Paul? Go. You go.
Hello. No one's here.
Yeah.
Who's there?
I'm back.
Hello.
I sat down and realized, oh wait, I could get more juice. So I did.
I don't know if anyone else is back yet.
Apparently not.
I'm back.
Oh, Ben's back. All right, sat down. I have the next part of this thing to send, but I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Derail this campaign.
Hey man, I can do it whenever you do it. I am ready. I have all the notes. Even that,
You're just sitting there. Your desk has like mounds of paper.
all the paper. I had one free week of no D&D, so I maybe went overboard and wrote more than I thought I would need. Like, if we don't get to other stuff, I think I have enough notes to last us another 3 sessions.
Hell yeah.
Unless you go somewhere else, then I have nothing.
Let's go to that orc town.
Yeah, man, that's cool. They were nice.
Just some vague as fuck place.
I was wondering if you guys were going to go kill the orcs. It was like, I realized that I made them orcs, but also I should probably get the stat sheet out just in case.
I'm like, I was prepared to fight them, but then I remembered, I'm like, we just got away from a fight with a bunch of racists, so I think I'll just avoid being a racist.
All right,
Orcs.
Knox back. So we continue.
Sure.
As I begin to walk. So, just to re-describe the scene, you have on your left a large open blasted vault door, and which leads into a hall. There's 2 barrels of TNT unused, and there's a small working workshop table with like some papers and stuff on it. There's seems on the right side, there's a small tunnel that leads into like a doorway and another one that continues off into the darkness with some like greenery and like small mushrooms on the floor. And above you, you have 4 lines of rope as rain drizzles down into the hole, providing light. And you have a small druid tree beginning to grow. It'll take some time. At best, a full short rest. It'll take a while for it to grow fully.
Do we get anything back for short rests? It all depends on our ability per character, right? I guess
I think as masters get 1 spell.
You can also take a long rest.
Hell no! I think we're on the time crunch.
Out of game, if we get in combat, I'm fucked. Like, spell wise.
You just gotta bash them over the head with your whatever you're using.
Can definitely try.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do? Oh yeah, and there's a dead body that you saw, but that's normal.
Another dead body. Oh my god.
I guess the most obvious course of action is to search that workshop and to see what was behind these big doors where the TNT is.
Did you guys investigate the dead body properly? What did you get? You got green blood, basically.
We got a green blood, the cult symbol, which we believe is attached to some ancient god related to Loth. And black cloaks.
Hey,
He's so squished we can't even determine what he is.
Can I interrupt real quick? What time are we done? Just because I got a text from the girlfriend. I'm trying to figure out what time. An hour?
And a little bit more. Hold on.
An hour and a half from now, right? That's generally the time we go to, right?
Yep.
Okay.
An hour and a half from now.
Yes, like an hour and 37 minutes, right?
Yep, more or less.
Something like that. Yeah, cool. All right, I'm just texting back the girl. You know how it is, guys. Or
no worries.
Not a girl, maybe it's a guy. Whatever. It's all cool in my world.
Yes. So PC.
Seattle,
So PC.
Dude, I'm from Seattle. I don't give a fuck. All right. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so.
Yeah, like in game, 7 sits cross-legged. Well, you assume she's cross-legged. You can't see her legs, but she sits and just watches the this seed like blossom, like grow, until she is disturbed.
So you're resting?
Not mechanically. She's just like roleplay wise. She's just watching the thing grow.
Okay.
She looks fascinated by it.
I'm gonna go over to those big doors.
All right. Hey, real quick, Ben, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
All right. Think of like at one point it will hit like Baby Groot size.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Just like a small version of herself.
Yeah.
Can I take her, like, can I unplant her and like put her in my pocket?
If you want to unplant her from her small version, you could.
I'm sure it would kill her, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, like, will that kill her? Or...
I mean, technically, yes. She needs to be attached to the ground to live. I'm sure you'll work something out. You just keep staring at her.
I don't want to kill her. Jesus.
We put her in a potted plant.
Oh, is that possible?
You could. As long as she's like on some earthly ground, you could.
Does it have to be like in the ground or just like earth?
And it needs earth. She needs earth to live.
So who's carrying our cute little dryad companion?
This is awesome.
You go on to think that. All right. So, Tormade, you said you want to investigate the vault.
Yeah.
So you get closer and you notice that there's something written above the vault. It's like in a circle. There's some pieces missing, but it's all written in some kind of like language you quite don't get. It seems Druic. It's the only reason you get that it's Druic. It's because it's written in like a type of elvish way. So it's like you speaking broken English to someone. Like you kind of get it, but you kind of don't.
So I get the gist of its purpose.
You get the gist that like turn back whoever opens this vault unleashes death is like the best guess of what you can get from it.
Well, that's pleasant. I start looking around again.
Do you want to go into the vault? Because it's a hallway that leads into a large room. It's a small.
Oh.
Yeah.
I go in? Sure.
All right. So you begin to walk down the hallway. Dominic, what would you like to do?
I know this is kind of a cheap out that I do too much, but I want to take up point and have my gun out and follow.
All right.
I mean, it's the reason why you have a ranged guy, right? I mean, is that too cheap of a... you guys bored with that, isn't it?
Nah, man. It works for me. I like having a guy behind my back with a gun.
Yeah.
Unless he's going to shoot me, then no.
Right.
So you get closer and you see this weird looking step, like at the edge of the hallway into this large door. You see this weird looking, like small staff made out of tree bark with like a broken blue crystal eye. Like the whole staff is broken. It looks like some kind of like ward. It has like arcane scriptures on it. Then you look in the room. What you see inside the room is a large hole. What seems to be like and inside it seems to be a dug out, blackened to the core corpse. That his chest and like stomach area, like the whole torso, has been like cracked open, and there's just like you just see blackness inside of it. It looks more. It's not like it's rotted. It's more like been mummified by how long it's been dead for, and it's just like almost a dust. Then you see.
I'm gonna draw my weapons now at the
Okay.
side of the body, and I'm gonna cast light on my sword in this silvery flame fashion, so I can get a better look at the room now.
As the room lights up, you see a large, like, arcane sigil around the hole, and at the very end of the hall is what seems to be 3 statues. 2 of them have been broken, like to unrecognizability. You see like maybe feet, and one of them is standing like half of it. One arm is missing. Half of its head has been broken off, and it has like crackling white like cracks all around it. It seems to be made out of like pure white stone, like obsidian or something. Not obsidian. That's not the wrong one. Like marble. Yeah, marble kind of thing. Yeah, and it seems to be like a cracked statue. That's it. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna check the body.
You go like go down into the hole a bit and you look over the body, it looks like this body has been here for just so long. You have no idea how long this body has been here. It's not recent. It's not like it's been so mummified you can't even tell how old this thing is. It's shriveled up, like the skin has pulled itself together on the bones, and the bones have turned to dust, and it's like the remaining of the remains is still there. And its chest has been like punched inwards, and it's like there's nothing inside its body anymore, and you're not sure exactly what this is or who this was, what was even inside the body. Nothing. It's just a mummified corpse, as black and hard as rock.
All right, I'm gonna let Dominic do something since he was following me.
So what are we looking at here again? Sorry.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Knock?
You got
Yeah,
any,
your
like,
mic just
echo?
it went
Hello?
echoing like all robot-y.
Is it still that way?
Yeah, it's really distorted.
Okay, I keep having this problem on Hangout. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reboot in real
Oh,
quick.
wait, you're back.
Really?
Yeah, you're back
Yeah.
to normal, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. No, okay. So so what are we looking at here again? This is like marble, like.
So the statues, yeah, they're like marble. But they're like, there's like these three. What looked like from the center, the one that's still remaining, is like this cloaked figure had something in his hand, maybe a staff or something, staff, sword, wand. He had something in his hand. He's pointing outwards. Half of his face is gone. It's like maybe it's been so long, it's been broken, or someone bashed it. You don't know. You're not exactly sure how long the statue's been here.
Okay.
And it's like he's shouting at something. All throughout his body, there's like cracks, and like there's a large crack where you could see inside the core, but it doesn't really picture anything. Like it looks like a broken statue. The other two are broken where you don't recognize anything, but this one still have half his face. One arm is missing, but the other one's still stretched out. Most of it's like cloaked, has been destroyed. It's not really big markings on this guy.
Okay.
You see the broken, like the other two statues, broken pieces on the ground, shattered about.
Okay.
Want me to re-describe the room for you?
Yes, please.
So in this room, there's a small, like in the entrance, there's a small broken, what seems like a staff or of some kind. It's been broken in. It's made out of like a branch. There's a crystal blue eye, and it's been broken in half. Then there's this large pit, and around the pit is this arcane like ritual symbolism that has a bunch of like sigils on it. Inside the hole is Tormade looking over this blackened, mummified body. Well, not like covered in wraps, but like it's so old that it's just frail and anything could snap at any point. Then you see the three statues. Two of them just broken from like the let's say like the ankle up has been destroyed, and one of them still remaining, but pretty beaten and cracked open.
Okay. So there's this gem eye thing, right? Is it an
Right.
eye?
Yes.
And it's broken in two.
Mm-hmm. Like the staff is, but the eye is intact. The eye is
Okay.
all cracked too.
In multiple pieces?
Yes, it's like maybe got broken by the explosion. Maybe like someone snapped it. You don't know. But the staff is broken in half, and the eye is just like kind of shattered a bit.
Can I do magic item analysis on these?
Yes.
Okay. So now this is a. Is this a free? I'm trying to figure out if this is a free ability for me, or whether it costs a spell. Let me look at my character here real quick.
Okay.
And I may try and put these together. I may try and put them together if I can.
Is there nothing for me to find at the body?
Well, you can roll a medicine to maybe guess like what kind of race this thing was, but other than
I'll
that,
give it a
no.
shot.
Something like its chest has been bashed in, and you don't know how long this thing's been here.
I'm probably not going to figure it out anytime soon. I think I only got a 10.
The best guess you got is it's been here for at least a few centuries. Like the skin is as tight as like rock even. It has mummified and decayed itself. Well, not decayed and then mummified itself.
Could I perhaps argue to do a history check?
You can.
I'm 142 years old.
Okay. It's it's older than you.
Try
Go ahead.
history check. Well, that one's certainly a lot better. 18?
18. You would guess that it's been at best a few millennia. Whatever was in this, like whoever this was, he has been here for countless generations. Buried in this hole, because like you find like remnants of still dirt on him. He was buried. The way he's positioned isn't in a way like he was buried, like they crossed his arm and put him to rest. No, he's buried like he was trapped under here. His chest bursted open, so it's like someone punched through like stone, and for something like his skin to be turned into like some kind of stone casing, he would have to have been here for a really long time. Like any part of him that you touch snaps. It's really fragile. But they punched into his chest. They didn't touch anything else of him.
All right. I'm going to move my investigation to the statues now, and I'm going to let Dominic go.
All right, Dominic?
Rituals mean that it doesn't consume a spell
No,
slot,
it doesn't.
right?
Yes.
So I'd like to try and look at the staff and look at the stone, figure out what I can from them as spells, through my detect, and then decide what I want to do with them based upon that.
So that takes some time. You're gathering your thoughts, and the two spells that come to you are an alert spell and a clairvoyance spell. The clairvoyancy comes from the eye, but the whole staff is in arcane rune. It's written into it, an alert spell. But I feel like you need two of these to make it like one to alert and one to show where the thing, like where it's being alerted from. This one's showing like this one is detecting like this is the place where it's been alerted. So someone was alerted to this place. That's it.
Okay. Can I figure out if there's anything worthwhile to putting these things back together?
You could figure out that you would have like an alert forward, but without another one to it. Like think of it like as a sensory. Like I would put one near my door when I go to sleep, and one near my bedside. If something on my door moves, the one on my bedside alerts me that something's going on, and then through its eye, it would show me what's the area look like.
Okay. So I do want to take this with me. I'm not going to bother trying to repair it now, but if we find the other one, these are like magic walkie-talkies, huh? And you have two of them.
Yeah.
And am I right in making a guess here that somebody is probably not alerted to our presence because this was broken before we arrived?
Yeah, so you can make that guess that if this serves no
could be
purpose.
wrong, but yeah, it could be wrong, but
Yeah.
right. That's I am deducing that that this was some sort of alarm system that is now no longer functioning, right? I mean,
right.
Okay, cool. I am going to let everybody else know kind of what I picked up on here. And I think that's as much as I can do with this stuff. Besides, take the broken with me.
All right, so you just stuff it in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
All right. Add broken alarm ward. 7. All this is going on. You're just staring and waiting. She has now formed her, like, she's like baby Groot figure looking. She's attached to the ground. She has arms. She has her head. She looks like a miniature version of herself. She looks up at you, and you can notice that she's smiling. She doesn't say any words, but she's still growing.
7 looks at the shrub and says,
She gives you a nod.
and then she gets this feeling over her, and she looks around this cave, this cavern. She looks up as the rain pours down, and she looks over her shoulders as her companions have left. And she takes a few moments and she says, "You are not safe." And as she says this, she reaches into her pouches, and she pulls out. She reaches into her herbalism kit. She pulls out a pouch that has like these holes in the bottom, and she stuffs the is it emerald? This rock that
Yeah, that's an ore.
Yeah, this ore. She puts it into the bottom. She stuffs it full of earth, and then she gently scoops underneath baby Groot. Alora, and she puts it.
All right. As you're scooping her up, she's just like frantically going like, no.
And
she doesn't say anything. She can't say anything, but she's frantically like showing visibility. She's showing you through like expression and hand waving craziness that No. Like, don't do that.
She does it nonetheless, and she says, "You are not safe here. I will plant you when it is safe. Trust me." And she just like gently plops it into this pouch, and then she will. And if nothing else happens, she will fill up a water skin full of that pure water that's coming out of the room,
Okay.
and she puts that into another pouch, and then she will put the. What does Laura do? Is she still frantically going mad?
She's trying to fight it, but you're clearly going like, no, I gotta get you out of here, and you're putting her up. You're setting still things up. She seems like she's still trying to fight it, though.
As I like put her in, is she going like as crazy? Is she like when she feels the soil? Is it still?
She's just looking at you like you're crazy, and she's trying to tell you, but she can't. Like, there's no voice coming out. She's not grown enough to be able to speak. She just looks like a tiny shrub. She's just making gestures.
I will. So I just like hold this like pouch under one of my arms as I use the scythe to like stick into the ground and walk through this cave, and I move towards my companions, like towards that corridor.
Okay.
And
Dominic,
yeah.
add to your inventory, Tiny Allura.
Okay. Tiny Allura.
Oh, no, not Dominic. 7 adds that to your
okay.
inventory. But yes.
Okay.
So Tormode and Dominic,
Broken.
what are you guys doing? I know Tormode was going to look at the statues, I think.
I'm going to check on the remaining statue.
All right.
21.
What did you roll for?
Recheck.
So these statues seem like they're maybe as old as whatever is in that hole, but you recognize one of the figures as like this old, like there's like history books about this guy. It's like druid. It's not like he's a druid or a paladin, but he's like a warrior of nature. Is this elf man who like spent his life protecting everything natural in the world. He is tied to some like legendary event that you can't quite pin down. But he is said to have stopped a large plague that like was destroying the land. The material he's made of is himself, basically. He's like the only other instance of somebody becoming a statue through raw energy power is a star monk that is located in Cassel. Someone that like uses every bit of their energy to like use a type of spell, and so much so that they dip into their life force into that spell, which causes them to become like an archaic statue. They're neither alive nor dead, but they have expunged themselves so much so that they become a statue of their former self, and they're placed in an act of whatever position they were trying to use it from. So this fighter of nature, this elf was in some sort of situation where he had to use his whole entire life force, and you can connect the dots with the two statues next to him to cast some sort of spell that it converted them to statue. They sacrificed their life, and that's as much as you get from that check.
What a tragedy that their lives have gone to waste now. And I'm going to turn around. And there's nothing else in the vault besides the staff.
The staff and the large arcane ruin, like circle around the tomb, the grave you were just in.
I think I've searched everything I can from this place. I got the gist of what the ruin is, and Dominic told me what the staff did. So,
yeah, I think I'm good here too.
You see Seven walking into the room with a tiny dryad in her hand pouch.
is the dryad okay?
She looks to be trying to fight. Like Alora's trying to calm her down. Not Alora. Seven's trying to calm Alora down, and Alora's still like trying to fight. Like Seven's trying to put like her hand on top of her, like, "Hey, calm down." And she is like, "No," swatting the fingers away, trying to lift them away from her, and all that stuff. It just looks like Seven's messing around with a tiny version of Alora.
Well, I don't think there's anything else for us to find. I'm gonna look to Seven.
And she just like holds this baby Alora out and says, "She is coming with us. She's not safe, not yet." As she sort of like smacks her hands. And then she says,
Can't argue with that.
as she sort of looks around this room, "Is this like a cave, Paul?"
I believe this is where they were holding whatever is spreading the destruction and death around.
It's a small room.
Yeah.
It's a tomb.
She looks around the tomb, sort of takes in the things that you've been talking about, without any knowledge, obviously, but she looks around. That's about it. She just looks around and then looks at Trauma Day.
From what I can tell, the person that is over there, and I point to the dead body, is probably a body that was used to contain whatever was wreaking havoc currently. From what I can tell, the statues, they are ancient heroes who I'm not sure if they're still alive or not. At least that one statue might be. But they're ancient heroes who sealed it away a long time ago, giving their lives to keep it in here.
Seven will look at the statue of the one remaining hero. And sorry if we said it already, but what's it look like?
It looks like an elf who is in these large robes. His arm is missing, part of his face is broken, and he's had something in his arm that has fallen off long ago. That's about it. There's not really any clear indentation. He looks like a bunch of his body parts are cracked, but not fallen off. This statue's been here for ages.
Cool. Is there any exits? Is this just like the entrance?
Only the entrance you came in through.
And sorry, is this was there like a door that has been broken in, like to this room, or is it just like no door?
It
No
was
door.
no door. It was just this whatever door was on the vault door has been blown off.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Okay. But it seems whoever was down here looking for whatever they were looking for, if they were looking for anything, found a dead end. And the other door,
There's no other door.
the other door that I meant, like in the initial room.
Oh, there's another pathway.
Oh, sorry.
That-
Is this the door that's been blown in?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is
Sorry,
the
I
door.
thought it was the other one. Okay.
We're heading over to the other one soon.
Yeah. 7 shots up.
Well, let's let these heroes get the rest that they deserve. And I start leaving the vault.
I coming with him.
Yeah, I follow.
So back around back into the middle. Same thing. There's a little workbench. We have some papers on them. There's the vault you came into with the warning. There's the other tunnel with a small entryway that leads on one side, and the other one that leads into like a large dark tunnel. That's about it. And a little well with a body in it.
So we move down the tunnel.
Anything anyone
And
else
I
wants?
guess no one objects, so
Is there anything anyone else wants to do, or
No.
7 takes a long rest before she gets in.
are you taking a long rest for real, or?
No, I can't take 8 hours.
All right. So as you're getting closer to the tunnel, everybody roll me a Constitution save.
oh good.
Oh, not good.
4.
Can I use one of my whatchamacallits? Those
Inspiration? Yes, you can.
yes. Yeah, I'm going to
Reroll or add a d6, whichever one.
reroll. Oh, there we go. 19 plus 1, 20. Much better.
Alex, what was yours?
Oh, I got a 4.
Okay. Would you like to use your inspiration or keep it?
I'm gonna keep it.
All right, Ben,
Unnatural 20.
on natural 20. All right. So as you're walking down the path, these mushroom spore release a toxic spore into the air, and both Seven and Dominic, you're able to move away from these things, covering your mouth quickly enough, but not Dominic, Tormode, you not reacting fast enough, and you inhale a large part of these spores, and you feel sick, instantly sick. You don't feel great.
What the hell? I'm gonna step away from the mushrooms now.
You take, first off, sorry, I couldn't find the thing fast enough, so my description sounds like shit. But you take 9 damage,
Ow.
and you become infected with a disease. Unless you are immune to poison, you feel sick.
So we are playing Warhammer.
I need to make a separate roll. Oh, that's not good. Okay. What's your constitution? What's your constitution score?
13.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a bad time.
Hey, so 7. As like you see your friend take like a large inhale, begins to cough, like holding his chest and everything. You look on the ground and you see that these are like gas spores. What just exploded from them is a deadly poison that if he doesn't get treated soon, he may die from exposure in a couple of days. Mechanically speaking, I rolled a 1 on your D12 days. So, plus your constitution, you have 14 days to get yourself cured before you die.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep, that's about it. It doesn't say anything other than that. Like, if you don't get cured, you will die. It doesn't
Do
seem
I
to
get a
have.
check or something?
How long?
He has 14 days. I think that's the save check. It says, reading the description, death burst. The gas spore explodes when it drops to 0. Blah 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 blah. The DC Constitution check is 15 saving throw, and becomes affected with a disease on a failed save. Creature immune to poison conditions are immune to this disease. The spore invades the infected creature's system, killing the creature in a number of hours. Whoops. Equals to 1d12 plus creature's constitution score. Unless the disease is removed.
I got 14 hours to live.
So you got 14 hours to live.
14.
7 recognizes this immediately. She knows what these spores are. She knows what just happened. She doesn't know how long he has left, but she knows that he is infected and he could die. Shit, I thought it was days, not hours. Fuck.
Thanks, DM.
Shit.
Sorry, buddy.
That is fucked. Who asked him for clarification?
I did. I think maybe.
Shit.
Yeah, I was feeling bad about that. I was hoping that kind of disappeared, that it was me who did that. But sorry about that. I was hoping that wouldn't come back up again, but there we go. I guess we are where we are.
But like in game, like Tormodate looks sick. He just starts coughing. He doesn't feel great. And he just looks unwell.
I don't know how this works, or I've never done it before, but I've got a herbalism kit. Can I not necessarily cure him, obviously, but just like subdue his symptoms? Breathe this in, like some
you would
herbs.
need a sample of the thing that infected it. And since these spores already exploded, you need new ones.
Okay.
There's like you turn back and look along the cave line. The path that doesn't have the little door is full of these spores.
Are the spores still in front of me? Like on the ground?
They look popped. Like there's these little mushrooms that look popped.
Okay, I'm just gonna, out of frustration, throw a firebolt at them.
The floor burns as most of these grass and spores start like burning away.
So I know about this. I know about these mushrooms. I know.
Yes, they are very common in the Underdark.
So I say to Tormund, and I put my hand across his like on his shoulder and I say, "It's okay." As he's like coughing, "It's okay. It's okay. You have at least an hour to live."
Great bedside manner, dude.
I'm gonna actually curse in Abyssal right now. Because I think this situation deserves it.
Abyssal speak, fuck you.
So Seven just looks at Dominic like, "What?"
Okay.
All right. Is there any spores that survived, or
It's all on the pathway you're about to take. Like there's literally thousands of them. On the bright
Shit.
side, you can't get infected again.
can I? I don't know if I can take the damage again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna bust out my healer's kit. I'm gonna hand it to
I thought they were
Seven,
days. I'm so
so
sorry.
it doesn't get any more infected more than it already has. And I'm gonna take some vials from it, and I'm gonna try to gather some of the spores from them. It shouldn't be that too hard since they just launched them in the air, so I just tried to collect them in the air.
So you start collecting each one of them popping. You keep just coughing, but you can't get reinfected. It just looks like a bunch of dust clouds to Seven and Dominic, and they just back up a bit to not get infected. But you're just like waddling through the, trying to collect. You get like 7 vials of them.
Just a second, I'll be right back.
All right, I come back, and obviously I'm probably just completely out of it, and I just have them all in my hand, 2 hands, and I just hand them all to her.
I just need the one. I think. And she like does that thing where she's like trying to take them all, and then she begins to like take one at a time and just put them on the floor, and then she'll sit cross-legged. You assume she's cross-legged because she has a long skirt on, and she'll begin to take. She will do whatever it takes to. I don't expect to cure it, but I expect to lay it at least.
All right, roll me a medicine check plus advantage.
That's good enough for me. That needs to be advised, Jesus.
The ground now, because I'm probably not feeling great.
No.
Can I use my inspiration?
We can, buddy.
Oh no!
Yeah, I need it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
What'd you get?
Okay, so not including the last roll, I got a 11.
11. So you
I-
bust
rolls,
you bust out the herbalism. You're like, all right, what do I need to do? And like, you just found these friends. One the one that just took a bullet for you is now dying at your feet. You're like, okay, remember your training.
Yeah, I imagine she like rolls it out like this wrap, and she like pulls things out. She's like, and she like shakes it with this vial, and she's like, no, that's not it. And she's pulling out another one. She shakes it. No, and she pulls out the mushroom, and she's like poking it with this like syringe. She's like, no, that's not the right size, and it's just awful. It's fucking shocking.
You're putting some base chemicals in each, like in a vial, and like shaking it to see if it changes color. You keep doing it, and it changes color. You're like, I got it, and it just slips out of your hand and it breaks on the floor. She's like, fuck. You're not. You know that one of your ingredients is like gives an idea on how to cure this infection, but you broke it, so you would retry again. You did it. You find out, or like, okay, it would be whatever is in a like base like healing potion type ingredient would be able to cure the like he ate this, so whatever, it's like not airborne, it's not
Digested.
it's digested. It's a digested infection. So something like a healing potion, like one of the ingredients of a healing potion could cure this. That's as best as you can get it from.
She looks up, like after fumbling with her stuff, and she looks up at Tormund and she says, "The good news is I know how to cure it."
I'm probably already pale. I'm just glancing over at her.
Hello.
And
Hi.
she says,
Hi.
Hello. Knock.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
we can hear you.
Hello, buddy, you there?
Enoch?
Oh, there it goes. Okay,
you
cool.
dropped.
Anyway. Cool.
So go on, 7?
so she says, she looks up and she says, she says, "Oh, hello."
Hello? Can you hear us?
Shoot.
Can you hear us? We can hear you.
I think he can't hear us. I think we can hear him, though.
You can hear me? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just a second. Sorry.
So what do you need, 7?
Please tell me.
Okay, so Seven says she looks up at you as she like begins to like roll her herbalism kit up and take a few vials of the mushrooms, and she says, "The good news is I know how to cure it. I know how to stop it. The bad news is you are going to die in at least 1 hour."
Well, how do you cure it?
I need, and she like racks her brain for like the word for healing potion, like the ingredient in the healing potion that is like predominant, that red liquidy shit.
I'm gonna, since she's struggling with the word, I'm actually gonna talk to her in Undercommon now. So what do you need?
Okay, and she says, She says the word, like the root or the powder, whatever it is, Paul, that a healing potion would have. That immediate ingredient that she can mix with what she knows of the spores, like, with her knowledge, but she needs that one ingredient that I don't know what it's called. I don't want to say
Will the healing potion work?
And and she sort of yeah, that is I've heard of this. Yes, this could be it.
All right, I'm gonna pull out the healing potion from. Yep, I'm gonna pull the healing potion from my belt pouch, and I'm gonna hand it to her.
She takes it and looks it over, and she pops the cork and she sniffs it, and then she'll take her herbalism kit out, roll it out, hopefully take out the right concoction of things. Paul? With a check, yes, I don't know.
You take. So potions are made like bit more. It's like a small. It's a small leafy substance that grows from water. You could pour the potion into the vial and mix that up. You can see that it's doing something to the spore, but the potion's also like made with different ingredients, so it's not like a cure. You would need specifically the plant that goes inside a potion. It's this red flower that grows by water sides. You're not sure where you could get that though.
Could I at least like whip up some sort of?
Can I make a medicine check?
You can. On what?
To maybe dilute the ingredient that she doesn't need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Fuck it. That one. Fuck off. I rolled a 6 or 7.
What's your total?
7. I rolled 7.
So you're sick, dude. You're coughing.
I can't concentrate.
You can't focus. Your hands are too shaky. You're like, I know what I need to do, but I can't do it. 7, you were going to do something.
Yeah, I just wanted to make can I concoct something that would at least prolong the death rate?
You can try. I'm gonna let you know right now. You need to hit at least a 20.
A 20?
Yeah.
Well, I've got no inspiration left, Paul. Is it medicine? Is it medicine? No, what is it?
So, medicine or nature, I would get
help. My herbalism kit gives me proficiency bonus.
Yes.
Plus
whatever check you're trying to use. I would count nature. I would count medicine.
Yeah, they're both the same. So, okay.
Can I help with my medicine check?
Yeah, it's like more. You can help, give him advantage, and you're talking him through it.
I wish I had this roll before. I rolled a 19, 24 total.
So you're clearly giving clear instructions on how to do it and everything. So you get advantage on that. Benno?
Didn't need it.
Don't need it?
No, I don't need it. The first one was terrible. Oh, fucking hell. The second one was shit. Okay.
I'm going to throw my inspiration here away. Fuck it. Fuck it.
All right. You can add G6, buddy. Or you can either use it as a reroll or add a D6 to whatever you get.
I need to get a 6 on the die, so I would re-roll.
All right, reroll.
I will use a different dice.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh! Natural 20.
Natural
Plus.
20. There
Please,
you go.
Jesus.
5.
All right. So he's talking you through it, and you're
I
like
swear to God.
following along. You're able to like dilute it enough and stop it. Its prolonged exposure for at least with a D20. Like a natural 20, you get at least 2 days of like stopping power on this thing. You can withhold it for at least 2 days. You're not sure what did it, but to get like a full mental cure, you would need like the original plant and the spore.
Yeah. So she like whips up this stuff. She like pounds it into this vial. She
And-
mixes it up. She mortal and pesses it, and she pours it down your throat.
You feel better, just not 100%.
Oh.
And it tastes awful.
God, I've tasted dwarven ales better than this.
Dominic is so stunned he has gone silent. He
And
can't speak anymore.
7 says, the good news is you have at least 2 days to live. The bad news is the only people I can think that could help you now is the clerics and paladins we fought not an hour ago to the north.
There's somebody else who could help. I kind of just look over to Alora, who's stuck in your stupid pouch.
What's she doing?
She's just more watching this whole thing play out now. But your
What
side,
did you expect her to do?
your side is much more
Oh,
heavier because she's
Is
grown.
that like some magic or like?
She's grown to the size of like a 1 liter water bottle now. It's pretty big, like arm length size now. She's much bigger, much heavier. Still can't speak though.
So I look at her and she just sort of like shrugs her shoulders, or
She doesn't understand what Tormod is implying.
Do you know anything? I'm speaking back in common now.
She tries to. She gives you a thumbs up. She doesn't know. She can't speak, but gives you like a thumbs up. And then points to 7. And then makes a little house.
The hut?
And she gives another thumbs up and nods.
I rubbed my head and I kind of pushed myself off the ground now. I guess we only have one place to go. Pick up my sword and shield and kind of just wearily put them on. Start heading back to the well.
So, do you guys want to call it? Honestly, it is a shorter game than we're usually played. But, oh, look, he's back. Never mind.
Fuck. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me? And all my audio and everything crapped on me for a moment.
Well, you guys can. Well, let's take a 5-minute break, and you guys decide what you want to do,
So sorry, guys.
Oh,
and just
So what
re-explain
happened?
what happened. I'll be back. I gotta pee.
it was a very close call, but I'm going to live longer than an hour. We managed to
Okay,
delay
good.
the poison by 2 days. And the Dryad says she can help us, but we have to go to the... We believe she has the hut first.
Okay. So we got to backtrack back out of here, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's very far, so we just gotta go to the well. Bye.
That was funny. He's back.
Oh, there he is. Hello? Enoch?
Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta go to the hut.
Right. Okay, cool. So I heard that like there was a medicine check made, an herbalism check made, right? And that was passed for long enough to like ID what was going on with you, right?
She knows all the details. I just told her how to cure it.
Okay, cool. All right.
And it's not cured, but it's definitely suppressed.
All right.
But we still have to go to the hut if we want to get it removed.
All right. Cool.
It would take a long rest to actually cure. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally legit on that.
And the offering I had on the table was, well, just because you were gone, I was saying that do you guys want to call it now or keep going? But now that you're back, I'll let the choice up to you. Like 30 more minutes we got. Well, 40, but more or less. Up to you guys.
I feel like this is kind of a bad spot to click on.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I'm good to go for the next. I'm good to go for the next half an hour, or I'm good to call it here. Either one. Sorry, and sorry for my messing everything up there for a second.
Okay, buddy. I was only going to call it because you weren't here, and I didn't feel like we should keep going if you were going to be gone.
Right. I'm good to keep rolling.
All right. So
We head back to the well.
You're backing out, coming back to the well. Same things you see around the area. Workshop with papers on them. TNT, ropes. A coughing elf that he doesn't feel great.
Is it cold in here? I guess to tie myself up to one of the ropes.
Okay, it takes some time, and with some help, you are able to tie yourself up. Are you gonna are you telling the orcs like, hey, pull us back up?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my thaumaturgy because my voice is probably a little weak.
Understandable. All right.
Can you pull us up?
They go like, hey ho, boys! And they start lifting poor Tormade up. The feeling of being pulled up, yanking you up makes you feel worse. Seven or Dominic, anything you guys want to do? Or same leaving?
I want to do my best to make this trip easy on the sick guy.
All right. 7.
Like, be very attentive to if he's going to slip and fall. Give as much support as possible.
7 picks up a couple of those TNTs. Hands them to...
How many pouches do you think you have left?
pouches?
Like, they are literally gunpowder in there. It's not sticks of dynamite. It's literally just dust of gunpowder with a fuse on top of it. So you can pop the lid open and just grab some. You can make like some explosions with it.
I was going to hand them to Dominic.
Okay.
Dominic, do you want to just make little pouches of them? You can craft them to make little bombs.
While we're trying to get up here,
You have time. He's being pulled up slowly.
yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
I swear to God, if he fucking explodes in my state. Oh my
Oh
God.
God, I didn't even think about that. 5.
You get 5 pouches of gunpowder.
Okay.
7. You notice something written on the workbench as you're helping Dominic like pack up these bags. You offered if you walked over, and as you're standing next to him, you like look over and you see like an elven letter being written and then dwarven lettering on described on the table.
What does it say?
You're not exactly sure, but it looks like this is the elven writing. Elven. And this is the dwarven. And there you go.
Oh, we gotta fucking
You guys got that
translate
memorized,
these.
right?
Huh?
The only one I've got now is trapped. Okay.
But yeah, you see those, and you just pick you pick up the piece of paper that has the elven writing, but the dwarven writing is just like scripted onto the workbench. Next being pulled up is Professor Hoffman and Quayle. They
Fuck,
seem
is
to.
it upside down?
Huh? No, nothing's upside down. But yeah, next to Professor Hoffman and Quayle, they seem to be stuck in a discussion about like how a plant could kill someone, and like they're having a debate on like how this, like how a meaningful little mushroom could kill an elven cleric.
I'm not fucking dead.
They're like, right, but hypothetically, this thing is technically killing you, and they begin discussing it more. Quail shoots up points, and they're completely ignoring that you're actually sick and dying.
Hypothetically, you guys are both to be killed by my sword through your fucking heads.
Anything else you guys want to do? Be pulled up?
We can ask Thora to come with us.
You could.
I would
gave
like
him-
to take some sort of like rubbing. You know, like rub the paper parchment over the surface and rub the graphite or whatever. So I would have the dwarven lettering. So you know when you like put the part, like you put paper over like a
Oh,
surface,
right. Okay,
and
yeah.
just not sketch it, but just like graphite it.
Right. And you do so.
Sweet. And then I'd like roll that up, put it on a pouch, one of my many pouches.
Oh, that's so smart. I didn't even think about that. That's cool.
Yeah, and then go up.
All right. Torma, not Torma Day. Dominic, you head up.
Yep.
All right. So you guys both go back up into and the orcs look at Dominic like, "Whoa, you don't look so good. Are you okay?" Professor Hoffman's like, he's fine. He's just dying.
You mean Tormande?
Tormented, yes.
He said Dominic.
Damn it. I was doing so well.
Yeah, the silver flame will live on, for now at least.
Yeah, she laughs and just pats her back really hard, like, that's the spirit. So, what you guys find down there? Anything important?
Some historical evidence.
That's dumb.
Some bombs.
Ooh.
And then some killer mushrooms.
What kind of killer mushrooms?
The ones that kill you in an hour if you inhale them.
She looks at you, questioningly, then eyes wide, and like, "Oh!" And she takes a step back. Oh. Well, good luck, buddy.
We gotta get to the hut, today. With us.
Well, they look at each other. If you need us to, we can take you there. We don't know where we're going, though. We can cover you.
I look around and I point to Dominic and he knows where we're going.
I do. We're going to the hut.
You had the map. You had the map.
Oh yeah, I do have the map. Sorry, thank you. How is the map pretty obvious where to go? Does it take any?
It gives you a bit of direction. You don't know how long you'll take there, but you know that you'll get there if you follow it. You know the general area.
All right. Yeah, let's. Should we get on our way, gentlemen? What are the orcs are still there, correct?
Right, they're gonna follow you because Tormade asks.
Right. So, for sure. Let's just make our way, right?
All right. You guys begin to walk. As the rain keeps pouring down, Tormade is too weak to lift up his shield to cover himself from the rain. He's dragging himself along.
I'm using my sword as a cane.
Dominic, every once in a while, comes over and helps him out. Seven is still trying to puzzle out how Alora's doing, and she keeps getting bigger. At some point, she's not going to fit in the pouch anymore, and she's getting heavier to carry. So she's growing still.
I'm gonna walk over to. I'm gonna put my sword in my shield hand for a moment, and I'm going to cast Enhance Ability, Full Strength. It gives her advantage on strength checks and also doubles her carrying capacity.
Damn it, I was going to have fun with her carrying this big tree. Fine, she's able to carry it better. Oh. So I was just imagining by the time you reach the hut, Seven's just carrying this giant potted plant. So the orcs form a circle around you as you all truck through. It takes a good while. It takes what feels like hours to you, Tormade, but it's only been at best an hour for the rest of the group of trudging
Oh,
along.
good. That's how long my spell lasts.
The rain stopped, but the mucky floor is what made you take so long, because you're sludging through this muck and grossness. And you reach the hut. You see the outside of it, and the orcs like look around. They go like, "Oh, we're here." And Thora, again pats the back of your back, and you get pushed forward. There you go. No problem. Oh, sorry again.
I just shake my head to myself. I'm too tired to really just stand around, and I go into the hut.
We'll just keep awake up here, and you. By the time you have reached the hut, 7, Allure has reached the size of a chair. She's a large sitting chair now, and she begins like shouting your ear off. Why would you unpluck me from the ground? Are you trying to kill me? How dare you do something like that? I'm not some toy you can just toy around with. You're literally hanging my life in the balance here. How long do you think this heap of dirt will last? And she's just yelling your ear off.
Well, I could have just left you to die. If
I
that's what-
wasn't. I was in the ground. How could you just unpluck me from there? Do you know what you could have done? You could have killed me.
And the men that were attacking you could have killed you also.
She just sighs and just pouts. That wasn't part of the deal.
Can you all get in here already? I'm in the middle of thing.
When you come to the door, you notice that the door is open and there's a burnt body facing, like, it seems to have been running out on the floor dead, with a large burn slash mark on its back. Green goo everywhere.
As Shaman Day shouts out, 7 looks at Alora and says, "See, you're not the only one who's about to die.
That doesn't make me feel better.
Stop being selfish."
Not selfish, you're trying to kill me.
As I begin to walk into the hut.
The hut. So you step over the body, and the hut is a mess. It seems like there was a fight here. There's large burn marks, large burn and scorch marks shown around. There's a dead body that seems to be like tied to the wooden frame, and like in one hand is like freed, and there's a blade next to it with blood all over its stomach. And the corpse on the ground that seems to be leaving has a large gash on its back of a large burn mark. And this place looks like it's been ruffled through and broken apart.
I think 7 would like. Is this like a large hut? It's just like 2 rooms, 3 rooms? Or...
It's just one large hut.
So I imagine that like I step over the body, and as I begin to like circle the room with my war scythe, I would just like be like tapping on the floor. Imagine that there might be some sort of like underground, like a cellar or something, and she just begins to like tap, trying to look for like a secret hiding area.
To the side of the bed, you hear a hollow cave in.
she's just like, duh, duh.
Yep.
And she will. Is it just like wood?
It's wood. It's wood. You can lift it up.
Okay, so she begins to like. She begins to like scythe it. She like slams it into the floor, and then she like almost like cracks it. Like cracks the beams beneath her.
It looks like a small ladder that leads downwards into a room.
I think this is not normal. This is I found something.
So let me describe the room real quick. Other than it's messy, because I did a bad job. So on the right side of the room, there's a large desk with a bunch of papers there. Books open, papers scattered around about different pages, notes that have been taken. Above it is a little cupboard with a bunch of herbs, potions, ingredients, all that stuff's hanging up there. Then right next to it, there's a large cabinet, open cabinet with a bunch of also more ingredients, more stuff. There's a little bottle that has a tiny, what seems like a tiny pixie, bashing against the wind, the glass. On the other side, it's a large bed with a chest next to it, and right now, open hatch right next to the bed. And in front of everyone, there's a dead body. There's a dead body that's dead body that with its belly cut open, its right hand seems to be holding something and a blade, and its left hand being tied, neck and left hand tied to a beam of the house, and its legs also tied to the floor. Dominic, you would recognize the other dead man in the doorway. He looks like someone you've known from the town, but he has green blood all over him and is wearing a black cloak. Tormade, you come into the scene coughing, and you just begin searching around. You don't know what you're looking for, but you know that something in here must help you.
Are you making food?
I'm not, but I can give you some food.
No, sorry. You can hear me. Just a second. All right, just a second here.
I'm going to mute myself for just a second.
Okay.
I ask Laura, and I say, in here that could help me.
She
I'm
looks
gonna
at
approach the pixie.
She looks at the dead body and just gasps. That's Alderin. And
The one at the front door?
the one that's tied up and dead with a large cut in the stomach.
Well, the only person that's here is the pixie.
The tiny pixie that's in a living person. The only is in a pixie in a jar.
Shit. Can you talk to her? I ask Laura if she can talk to the pixie.
Yeah.
I pick up the jar and I slowly take it to her.
She holds the jar in her hands and begins speaking in a Fey type language to the pixie. Not being able really to understand that, you don't know what they're saying.
Several will say, whoa. There was a reason that thing is in a jar. Do not open it. Do not speak to it.
I don't give a damn at this time. Get this cured, the faster I can get back on track.
I agree. I agree. Do not be stupid.
Alora sighs and like brushes some liquid that came out of her eye. She says that there's a bunch of herbs here that maybe could help. He's made potions out of these before. So maybe one of these things can help. She's not sure which. She doesn't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't really think right now.
As Seven looks around the room, does she see the pots of herbs and stuff?
So you're looking around the room and you immediately see the jar of what you need. This red plant flower. It's on the high shelf next to some empty bottles. So you recognize that yeah, that's what a potion's made of. That's what you need. That's what is needed to make the cure.
Okay, does Seven will walk over to it and grab it, and she looks over her shoulder and says, "You just be careful with that." She points to the pixie, and then
Oh
she
Lord,
puts down the vial, the jar.
Alar just grows up a bit more as you take out the jar and leaves.
Yeah, I'm going to begin to try and make a cure or whatever I can do.
It's gonna take some time to do.
Yeah, I will take the time.
All right. So you're gonna be busy for at least a few hours.
Yeah, that's fine.
I say if we're gonna take that long, we should head back to the well. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. I say if we're gonna do that, we should head back to the well.
We are safe here. You don't know what's outside.
We're safe here, but Elora isn't.
And
You can't carry her forever, and once she gets full size, we have no way to move her, and she'll eventually die.
Seven looks at Laura, slightly bigger than she was before, and then looks back at Tramonde, and says,
You said I have 2 days, right?
yeah, more or less.
Then I think we have time to spare.
And she sort of holds her breath and tries to find her words, and she doesn't want to say it, but she does. She says, the Rott will not wait. You know this. You signed up for it. I can do this here. I can help you here. What is outside is different.
If we don't go back there, then or will be broken. And what kind of adventurers would we be if we broke our own oaths?
You have an oath. I do not. I want to help. She nods. I have no oath.
Well, then give me her.
You are not leaving without us. If you leave, we will leave. I will leave with you. I just don't think it is a wise decision.
I look to Dominic for some sort of wisdom.
I'm really lost here, gentlemen. I don't know what we should do.
I have your cure, Tremonde. It is here. It just takes me some time. It is here. And she like rolls her herbalism kit out. She has the red like plant. She has the mushroom. She has like the vials and the syringes and the pestle water.
Maybe we should give them a little bit of time and then beat it back if we feel like we're running up against the time here. I mean, it seems like.
Well, can't you carry all that stuff?
Yes, but I can't work when I move. Especially as he looks outside, like through a window, and it's just like raining. And there's like
The rain
slush like,
stopped,
pouring down.
Didn't the rain stop?
The rain has stopped.
Okay, so that's just like, forget that. But she says, out there is it's not safe, and I cannot work on the move. I need to sit. I need to be grounded.
We'll sit at the well. We have Thora and her companions to help us.
And she slowly rolls up the kit. She says, "This is your life, and this is your life that you hold in your hands. It's okay. This is what you want."
It is.
And she nods, and she begins to like stand to her feet.
I shakily push myself up with the help of my sword.
Tormade, you push yourself up,
Yeah?
and you're getting ready to leave, and you notice something in the notebook as you are walking out, and you see the same symbol of the hand in the mouth inside the book.
Nothing like a little light reading to pass the time. And I reach down and I pick it up.
And all you see is the name of Mulder, Mulder, the rotting god. And I feel like that's a good place to call it.
Okay. So we head back to the well and rest there, and then make the potion and drop Elora off.
Yep. We'll start off at next session.
Okay.
At the well, you be able to read up the book and plan Elora down and have at least a short rest or a long rest, depending on how long you want to be there.
Long rest, boy.
I genuinely thought that leaving that hut would be like combat and possibly death.
Yeah, that's
where the roleplay comes.
Honestly, it was an hour-long travel, and any combat that does happen, we have Thora and the orcs. So
that was a good conversation, I gotta say. I
enjoyed that so much.
That's a good job.
I thought we were gonna have to fight. I was like, no, we gotta do this. We made promises and we have to keep them.
In character, you are starting to feel like it has been too long since you fought something. That's as
best as you're getting from this place?
I feel like in character and out of character that it's all just slowly moving towards us. Like, you know what I mean? Like we fought like a few things, but there'll be more just coming and coming. It's yeah.
Honestly, for, like in character, it's so far it's been more along the lines of, yeah, there's the sickness and the disease, but so far come across like few zombified animals. Like we've only encountered the 2 bears. And then we encountered the dryad, but I feel like it's more about creatures that are showing up to remove the rot, but are just attacking anyone they see because they think they're infected or something. Creatures are going to come from outsiders who haven't been here for a long time, rather than the actual like plain threat that exists.
How long exactly has it been, Paul? Like, I mean, I imagine it's been like what, 6 hours?
To
7
you,
hours?
to you, it feels like it's been 6 hours. Yes. It's been at least half a day since you feel like you've been in here.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a lot of things have happened in like less than a day
That we can tell.
that we can tell. I mean, there was that situation where we like lost our minds.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Yeah, that could have been God knows how long.
Has anybody ever played Call of Cthulhu?
Yeah. Cool.
I feel very much like that. This, I mean, it feels like a Call of Cthulhu game. In, you know, I mean, I like that. You know, that like, I mean, I like that it's not just hack and slash. You know, I mean, it's feeling very oppressive and in a very cool way.
I'll pop.
I like
I'll
it.
stop the recording real quick.